All right, hello and welcome everyone. So today we are going to talk pretty in depth about the Nightwave. If you don't know what the Nightwave is, this should give you all of the information you could possibly need on what is happening and what you need to do to complete the Nightwave and why that's important and why that would be helpful to you. So let's get into this. First and foremost, the most basic thing is, how do we even look at the Nightwave? Well, it's going to be in the bottom right corner of your pause menu and in a few other menus as well, but most notably it's going to be in the pause menu in the bottom right corner. This is live on all platforms, all simultaneously, and will last the same amount of time on all platforms, so please keep that in mind. We all have access to this at the exact same time. So you click it and you see this menu. Now, the basics of the Nightwave are that you want to level. There are levels 1 up to 30, and each level is 10,000 points, which you can see up right here. I'm at level 7 currently, and I'm halfway to the next level. With that, that means that the 30 level track is 300,000 points total, which is going to be important when we start talking about a few things later. What is on this track though? Well, there's a variety of rewards, some stuff that is great for new players like Forma, and then there's like slots on here and like Exless adapters and like Warframe slots like this one, Roken catalysts and reactors, things of that nature. Great stuff for new players, but also mixed into there are things like Kuba for people who want that. There's the Noggles. We've got like just ship decorations. There's just like cosmetics for your weapons, all kinds of stuff. Umbral Forma, which is of course going to be good if you want to use Umbral mods on your stuff. All kinds of good stuff like that also present on this that you would probably want to have access to. Now, one other thing that is on here is credits. This is, of course, the Emissary credits because it is the Emissary Nightwave. And these are going to rotate between Nightwaves that happen. You will lose these at the end of a Nightwave. However, they are converted into just regular credits. And also, like, you're going to have plenty of ways to spend them because we have the shop right here. So there's a few things to note about this shop. One is that it rotates weekly, but not all of it rotates. Notably, the entire set of Vauban, none of that stuff will rotate. Catalysts and reactors do not rotate, and Nitane extract will not rotate. So that stuff is always going to be here. Those are your evergreen rewards. This is the main way you're going to be able to get Nitane if you need it. With that, there's also all of these alternate helmets, as you can see here, for anyone that wants to fashion in that manner. And then you're going to have a selection of aura mods. This selection of aura mods is probably the most important thing here, in that this is the way you're going to access your auras. So whenever you see auras like Corrosive Projection, or in this case, Steel Charge, you're going to want to pick that stuff up. Just to go over really quickly for anyone who's a new player, Steel Charge, Corrosive Projection, Energy Siphon, those are generally the most like high value auras in the game, but early on you want to just pick an aura that's available that has a polarity that works for whatever Warframe you happen to be using, because that's going to give them more points to spend. Without going too far into that, we also will always have a kind of Nightwave exclusive cosmetic for your ship that you can buy in here with credits. In this case, it is the Emissary ornament, which has like the Nightwave symbol and all that business on it, and some other weapon skins and things in here as well. So now, with that out of the way, how are we actually going to level this thing? Well, we have a variety of ways to do that. First of all, we have dailies. These are going to be 1,000 points, and you're going to get a new one of these every single day, as the term daily might imply. However, as the term daily does not imply, you can actually stack 3 of these up. So if you're only going to be able to log in every 2, maybe 3 days, you can let these accrue and then do all of them on the 3rd day, and you won't have missed any dailies. And that's great. In addition to that, we have weeklies. We have 5 regular weeklies and then 2 elite weeklies. Elite weeklies are generally harder and award considerably more points. So this is do some spy missions. Very easy. Any player could take that on. Super simple stuff. But on the other hand, we have this elite weekly, which is to kill Profit Taker. This is a considerably higher level activity that is actually time gated in a way due to rep caps and things, but disregarding that, it's a harder challenge to take on. So in that, some of these you may not be able to complete. You don't need to do all of these challenges. If you add up all of the points that you can get over the course of the entire Nightwave, which is 10 weeks long, just talking about the weeklies, Like if you only did all the weeklies and did zero dailies, you'd have 365,000 points, which means there's at a real baseline 65,000 missable points for you to still be able to hit max level. And that's great. And in addition to that, if there is ever like, oh, hey, life happens, there's sometimes like weeks where people get busy and you miss all your weeklies. That is also fine because there is now an extremely good catch-up mechanic that I have asked some questions about from DE, and they were very nice and answered them in a really short amount of time, considering that some of them were quite specific. But what it basically boils down to is if you want to catch up on the Nightwave, it's going to be really easy to do that. Basically, even if you did not have an account when the Nightwave started, you can recover challenges all the way back from week 1. If you start playing and the Nightwave is in week 6, you can still do challenges from week 1 as long as you utilize the recovery mechanic. Now, how does the recovery mechanic work? Basically, if you complete all of your available challenges, you do all of the current week's elite weeklies, regular weeklies, and your dailies, you will actually, I don't think the dailies are required, but you will recover your weekly and elite weekly challenges from previous weeks. And what that basically means is that you can do all of them even if you're on week 10. If you're capable of doing all of the challenges and you were on week 10, you can get the whole thing done. And that's super important. With that, to show you what a recovered challenge looks like, there's going to be a short pause in this video while I go do all of my challenges for this week. So I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So as a quick note, I have done all of my weeklies and all of my elite weeklies and such and all that business for the week, and we have recovered a challenge. If you would like to see me go through and complete all of the current week's Nightwave stuff, I have streamed all of it, so I'm going to put a link in the description below to the stream archive, as it were, for you to be able to watch me go through and do all of that stuff, as it did not take very long. And if you just want to see how I approach the content, that's a thing you can go do. However, let's talk about these recoveries. So I recovered this challenge, which is from week 1 of the Nightwave, and of note, I have recovered this challenge multiple times. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, basically, I didn't do it during week 1 on purpose. And then on week 2, I completed all the challenges and I recovered it. And then I didn't do it again. And then this week, it became unrecovered once again. And I did all my challenges and I recovered it again. So even if you recover a challenge and then don't get to it, you can still get to it in the next week. It's not like you recover it once and then you gotta do it. There's no restrictions like that on it. You can recover it indefinitely throughout the Nightwave until the Nightwave itself is over. So that is really useful. In addition to that, as I've been told by DE, you can recover up to 3 challenges at once. And you might be thinking, well, there's a whole bunch of challenges per week. 3 doesn't seem like a whole lot, but you recover 3 at once that you can see. However, as you complete them, more will constantly filter in for you to keep doing. So you recover 3 of your challenges, you get one of them done, another one drops into place. You get that one done, another one drops into place. So even if there's like one challenge you're maybe not able to do, like I know a number of people are not able to kill Profit Taker, even if you recover this one and you can't do it, you still have 2 challenges you can keep doing until you get like locked out of 3 different challenges, I suppose. Although I find that getting locked out of 3 different challenges would probably be rather unlikely, depending on where you are in the game. If you're an extremely new player, maybe that can realistically happen to you. But as a more experienced player, it's pretty unlikely you're going to get locked out of all 3 challenges at once, unless those challenges are from like stacked 7 weeks prior that they're each one challenge you couldn't have done, and then you still can't do them, which doesn't really affect you one way or another because you're just doing the current weeks as they go. Regardless, it is a really good recovery system, and I do want to stress again that you don't need to do any dailies at all to reach max level, but doing dailies gives you even more of a buffer to not do weeklies that you don't want to do. Like if you don't want to spend the resources to guild a modular item, you could just skip this throughout the entire Nightwave. You've got minimum 65,000 points to work with that you can just skip challenges on, and you could just not do it if you don't want to, and you're still going to be max level. So that's kind of the main thing that I wanted to hit on there, and just showing like what a recovered thing looks like. But yeah, that is pretty much what's up with the Nightwave. I'm really happy with the changes that they've made, in terms of just like being able to get the stuff done in a reasonable manner. Because like before, it was you got to be on every week, you got to be doing these, like there's no way to get this stuff back, and you got to be on every single week and ideally every day. But the changes they made to buff up the amount of points that weeklies are worth, and to make it so that you could really get all of the weeklies done kind of no matter what your situation is, unless you're just not able to play Warframe period for 10 weeks, in which case nothing to be done about that really. But yeah, it is a really much better system, and I hope that they can continue with it, because like it seems like it's been refined to the point where it is pretty nice. Like the only things that I have to gripe about with the Nightwave are some things that I did touch on while I was streaming, which is like the kill profit taker thing. This challenge is one a lot of people are complaining about because they don't have the ability to fight profit taker yet. But I don't think that's like a symptom of anything that's wrong with the Nightwave. I think that's actually a problem with the way rep caps are in certain areas of Warframe, which I could do an entire video on. If you want me to do that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, like really a huge step up from Nightwave 1, that's for sure. And I hope this video has been informative for you guys in how you are going to get your Nightwave done, or if you have decided that you're just going to wait and be like, it's week 9, let's do the whole Nightwave. Also, if you're going to do that, please let me know how it goes. I'd be very interested to know. But yeah, that'll do it for the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.